in the hopes to provide a little bit of solace or just some enjoyment during this time of our social distancing. I'm going to be reading to you some poetry from my screen porch. April happens to be National Poetry Month, and I've been going on Facebook Live at 3 o'clock every day. Diane has been kind enough to forward some of my poems onto the Women's Club Facebook page, but I wanted to come to you directly with some poetry that I've selected just for you out of my books of poetry, and maybe a couple of two others of my favorite poets. I'm going to dive right in to give you a glance at my book of poetry, Flight, of butterflies and robins and other winged dreams. And I'm going to start with the very first poem, which was written sitting here on this screen porch. Butterfly, Flutter. The inspiration has left, vanished, escaping my grasp like play bubbles from a child's wand, dancing on the summer air, some up and away, some returning to earth to rest for the briefest of moments on a blade of grass. Was the inspiration but a whisper? Will it ever visit again, like the promise of an endless summer day, unfolding ever so slowly, enveloping me in its intoxicating perfume, to pause on the screened porch? Is it like the butterfly fluttering within reach, but always and eternally so difficult to grasp? And when finally caught, does it hold the same magic? It doesn't feel right to pinch it so. Perhaps better to be aflame with its fluttering fancy. I'm enchanted a moment when given a glimpse at its unfurled beauty poised on a flower. To regard it is to love it. A pit of sadness when it flies away, but also a joy to watch it take flight, to know I had it in my sight, for a moment all mine. And this comes from the chapter Summer. The summer for butterflies. This seems to be the summer for butterflies. Swallowtails, brushfoots, monarchs. Everywhere I go, everywhere I look, I see them winging on the air, floating on the breeze, in the park, in the garden, by the river. Have these lovely creatures finally been set free from my burning chest? Butterfly, Flutter, 2. The glorious black butterfly tipped in robin's egg blue eased my weary soul. Just like that, he appeared and danced around my head. I was putting pen to paper for some melancholy prose when I caught his decided flutter out of the corner of my eye. He danced and fluttered around me twice before sailing south into a garden with a river view. As he left me, my heart took flight, as if to follow him, and I was uplifted once more. Then, in his wake, a soft summer breeze that echoed of promise and renewal. No need to be sad. These moments are all mine. This book continues through autumn to winter, and then it goes to spring again. And I'm going to read to you now the last poem. And I think all of us as women, probably some of this can kind of fit right at home. Butterfly Free. The butterfly finally flew away. I wouldn't really say I let it go, as I should have. I'd become possessive, pinching the silken wings between all too tight fingers, holding firm with a childish insecurity, as if, instead of letting it fly, I would pin it to a board, a specimen in a shadow box. But you cannot possess that which you love. You must have faith and let it fly. The butterfly needs to beat his wings to his own accord, to his own delight. Not in shadow, but full sun, with light filtering through his beautiful wings. His beautiful, beautiful, remarkable wings. I wish I'd opened my palm, placed him there, and coaxed him into flight. Lifted hands into the air with quiet self-assurance, encouraging. Instead, a bit of a bawling baby I was. The butterfly had to loosen his wing himself, and did so gently. He did not hurry. He danced in the air around me, along the ground by my toes nestled in the grass, moving up my legs, my torso, along both of my outstretched arms, and then he circled my head slowly, winging just about my fallen hair. So close I heard the cadence, the beat of his flight in my ear. And then the beautiful creature lighted along my face, tiny feet on my cheek. A brief moment, but lasting. My slow breath. This still butterfly. Then he opened his wings for takeoff, and the very tips of that iridescent silk brushed the tears from my face. And away he flew, my butterfly, into the deep midnight blue. I sank in the grass, not wanting to move, but to cry right there all the rest of my life. But I had not the luxury. Woman, not child, I had to go inside and make dinner. Thank you for joining me. If you're interested in either of my books, either Flight or The Grit and Joy of Being, they are both available at Fountain Bookstore. We love our Kelly Justice, who comes to us all the time to our Women's Club meetings. Wishing you all much peace and grace and beauty during this very uncertain time. Thank you for allowing me to come into your homes and be with you from my screen porch. Until we can meet again at the Bolling Haxall house, take care.